Nah, the underground set, I was sad when it finally shut down and closed its doors. You know, I remember going to Lorenzo like, nah, son, don't close down, kid. What's wrong with you? You know what I mean? Like, that was like my ritual. I tell you what, this is a true story. This is a dope story. My wife was giving birth to my daughter. You know how there's like a waiting time, you know what I'm saying, this and that or whatever. You know, I asked the doctor or the nurse, how long? Like, oh, we got a while. I said, all right, no doubt. I went to get something to eat. And I stopped by the underground set when my wife was in labor. This is a true story, I swear to God. And I actually stopped by to say what's up for a half hour at the underground set. They all looked at me like, your wife's in labor, son. What are you doing here, kid? I mean, that's how addicted I was just to hang out in that store. You know what I mean? I think I might have spent like $2 the whole time I ever fucking, you know what I mean? Like $2 in that whole store, you know what I mean? But real talk, man, it was just like a fun place to hang out, you know. And Lorenzo and Power D and Maine and Cap C, who used to work there too, DJ Rec, they just left it open for everybody, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, man, you know what I'm saying? It was just a fun place to hang out, you know what I mean? A legendary spot. And to me, after that place closed, the scene died for a while. I mean, that's just me. You know, other people might think a little different, but to me, the scene died after that. Just, you know, took a pause, you know what I mean? Where it was like silent for a second. I miss it though. You know what I mean? The underground set was like the place to be. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know about all your local, see, this is before internet. Before internet, before Facebook, before, you know, the MySpace was blasting off and crazy. You know, how'd you want to know what was going on? How'd you know what was going on in the local community in hip hop? Go to underground set. You see the person's CD. You know what I mean? One thing I used to like about it, you used to look up on the wall, on the register. They used to have a shelf, and on top of the shelf was all the local cats coming out with their CDs, and they used to show love. You know what I mean? Whether it be not even local cats, sometimes Harrisburg dudes used to drop off their CDs. You know what I mean? Cats in Harrisburg or in Lancaster. They used to come down in the underground set and they used to leave their CDs here. So it was dope because that's how they would show love. You know what I mean? Now everybody's on the Facebook thing and all that. But to really get on your grind, you had to stop at the underground set. I mean, there's a lot of firsts. You know, there's always a lot of firsts. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm in the video game now, so if you think about first, you know, you got to respect Ad-Lib for being the first dude to come out with the videos out here. I mean, really like pushing videos, you know what I mean? Coming out with a DVD before it was fashionable to have a DVD, when DVDs were still like $150 to buy, you know what I'm saying? You know, and he's coming out and taking a chance. You know, he was kind of like a trendsetter in that way, you know what I mean? You know, taking chances. You know, he came out with an awesome CD, you know. I remember, you know, I ended up being on Ad-Lib's first album, the Talk Hard album, the classic album. If you got it on the internet somewhere, copy. But you know, he came official with the barcodes. So he was doing it on a local and regional level way before anybody, you know. And so that was dope, you know what I mean? You know, that was something that, you know, I gotta give props to, you know what I'm saying, as far as being first, you know. First videos, you know what I'm saying, like to be more professionally done, you know what I mean. Director was Champ. You know what I mean? I give up to Champ, Bang Out Productions, you know what I'm saying? You know, he set that standard. And I think that's dope, you know. Promotion game, you know. Before the promotion explosion happened, everybody wanted to do shows. You had 8-town promotions. You got to give it up. They laid the groundwork, you know what I'm saying, as far as getting sponsors, as far as getting, you know, great acts, you know, flooding the streets properly with flyers, you know. I remember they used to start, you know what I'm saying, with the, you know, little paper flyers, you know what I mean? You know, he used to go with the little paper flyers and crush it, you know what I'm saying? And of course, you know, he upgraded. You know, so big shout out to Big Maine for that, you know what I mean? He laid a lot of groundwork, and, you know, respect has to be given, you know. Butterball Ed, you know, Menace, you know, incredible DJs. And shout out to Menace for the 50 MC mixtapes that I used to drop back in the day, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know about those, but again, before internet, before Facebook and all that, how do you check for these things? Well, shout out to Menace for laying the ground for the 50 MC mixtapes he used to put out. You know what I'm saying? People was like, yo, I'm on the Menace CD. I mean, on the Menace tapes. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, I'm on a Menace tape. That used to be big for somebody. I'm on a Menace tape. You know what I mean? Like, that was like a big deal. You know, that was better than being on radio sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Back then, as far as artists, you know, to get your shine on and really get known, I remember putting on the book bag, going around town, you know what I'm saying, and just either A, battling, or finding a cipher, you know what I'm saying, of some sort. Yo, you rap? I remember I used to drive around, and I saw a bunch of dudes in the corner. Yo, you rap? Word? And I used to go, and I just start spitting with them. For no reason. I don't know these people from Adam. I don't know where they from. I don't know nothing. All I know is I saw a group of dudes, you know what I'm saying, a group of individuals just sitting there in a cipher, and I wanted it. I did that in the Bronx when I lived there. I went all up and down the Bronx looking for battles or looking for somebody to rap with. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got yourself known. It was like, now everybody's like right here. You know what I mean? Marcus out in the street, you know, and it's just like little kids. You know, little kids don't play outside no more. They're stuck in the video games. You know, they're stuck playing PlayStation and Nintendo and Wii's and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So kids don't go outside no more. It's the same thing with MCs. You know, they don't go outside no more. They talk tough on the internet. There's some real dudes that'll punch you in your face if you come out your face wrong. So, you know, I think you gotta find that balance again. You know, shout out to GQ, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, he was doing it, man. He was doing it. He was crushing the fucking game, man. He destroyed the game. You know, and we need that to come back. You know what I'm saying? I think we need it to come back, big time, without animosity. You know, GQ used to battle somebody and shake their hand right afterwards. That's it. You take your L like a man. There's nothing wrong with taking. I've taken my L's. I used to be a battle rapper. I've taken my L's. I take an L. Guess what? I'm still here. I'm still shining. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it was just that's the way you sharpen your blade. You know, I used to sharpen my blades that way, and it was great. You know, it's a great way to keep mental exercise too. So, yeah, it's definitely a dying breed, man. You know, and but not just here, everywhere. Facebook has made it very easy for artists to get known. Not a bad thing at all, by any means. I mean, shit. You know, I think honestly, if a lot of the cats that were coming up back in, you know, mid to late 90s, even early 2000s, had as much access to the internet as people do now, I think somebody from the Lehigh Valley would have blew up. Guaranteed 100%. Somebody from the Valley would have blew up if it happened back then. You know, problem now is there's oversaturation. You know, there's an oversaturation of artists or so-called artists. There's great artists out there. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of great artists, but there is a lot of oversaturation out there. So for the average consumer to even grasp somebody that they might feel, they gotta filter out all the bullshit that they gotta go through. You know, all the spam, or you know, all the constant wall posts, the constant bombardment. How does a person, a consumer, filter all that? A lot of consumers don't even want to deal with that, so they just turn to, like, you know what, I don't even want to deal with it. They X you out. You know what I mean? You know, people are so gassed by, oh, I got 500 hits on YouTube in 3 days. That's easy to attain now in 3 days. Matter of fact, that's not even, okay, fine, you got 500, you should be worried about getting 500,000. You should worry about getting 5 million hits. You know what I'm saying? And people are stuck on, like, oh, I got 1,000 hits. There's 1 billion something people in this world. When you start thinking of that kind of magnitude of numbers, you start thinking like, damn, maybe I'm not hustling as much as I should. Maybe I'm not grinding as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? What am I doing wrong? You know, so to the local artists out there, use Facebook and use the internet accordingly, but don't stop in the 610. This is where you start.